We're counting down the 8 mechanic scams that cost drivers billions every year. From sneaky billing tricks to high-pressure fear tactics, these common schemes target your wallet and sometimes your safety, no matter how car-savvy you are. Some might seem harmless, while others put you and your vehicle at real risk. Which scam lands at number 1? Let's begin with number 8. Phantom Repair sits at number 8, a scam so common it's responsible for a major share of the $2 billion Americans lose to auto repair fraud each year. Here's how it works. A mechanic claims to have replaced a part or performed a service, but nothing actually changes under the hood. You might be billed for a new fuel pump or a system flush that never happened. To protect yourself, always ask for the old parts back and request before and after photos of the work. Use your phone to document the odometer and VIN before service, and consider scanning for error codes with an OBD2 reader both before and after repairs. These simple steps make it much harder for anyone to bill you for work that was never done. Shops often push transmission, brake, or coolant flushes long before they're actually needed, banking on customers not knowing their car's real maintenance schedule. Many owners' manuals never call for routine fluid flushes at all under normal driving conditions, just periodic checks and top-offs. Yet, service advisors may insist a flush is urgent, sometimes quoting intervals of 30,000 miles or less. These upsells can cost hundreds of dollars and are a major profit center for quick lube chains. To avoid this trap, check your manufacturer's recommended service intervals and inspect fluid clarity yourself. If the fluid isn't dark or gritty, a flush is usually unnecessary. A free inspection might sound like a good deal, but it often opens the door to unwanted pressure. Shops use these zero-cost checks to build trust, then hand over a list of supposed urgent repairs. According to AAA, 22% of these free inspections result in customers being pushed to approve work their car doesn't actually need. The pressure can feel intense. Phrases like, "unsafe to drive" or "must be fixed today" are common script lines. Instead of agreeing on the spot, always ask for a written estimate and get a second opinion before authorizing any major repair. Treat every free offer with caution. Labor charges are one of the easiest places for costs to balloon without most customers noticing. Many shops use what's called book time to calculate how long a repair should take, quoting the official manufacturer estimate for each job. But in practice, a skilled mechanic can often finish the work much faster. For example, an alternator replacement might be billed at 2 hours, even though the job takes just 1. That extra hour goes straight to the shop's bottom line. To avoid paying for work that wasn't actually done, always compare the shop's estimate with trusted resources like RepairPal or your car's official service manual. Request an itemized bill that spells out labor hours for each task. If the numbers seem inflated or don't match what you find online, ask for an explanation before you agree to the work. Verifying labor times can protect you from one of the most common and costly billing tricks in the business. Oil change coupons promising a $19.99 deal are a familiar sight, but the real cost often comes after your car is already on the lift. Quick lube chains rely on these loss leader prices to bring in a steady stream of customers, knowing that the actual profit comes from add-ons and upsells. Employees are commonly required to meet strict sales quotas, with some reporting daily targets for additional services like fluid flushes, wiper blades, or premium oil upgrades. Training materials and internal scripts encourage staff to use urgency. Phrases like, "We noticed your brake pads are dangerously low," or "Your transmission fluid is overdue for replacement." In California, a major quick lube chain paid $1.2 million to settle claims of deceptive advertising and unauthorized upsells after state investigators found widespread use of these tactics. The original oil change price rarely covers the cost of materials and labor, making aggressive upselling a built-in feature of the business model. To avoid falling for bait and switch pricing, Insist on a written estimate before any work begins and refuse extra services unless you can verify the need yourself. If the shop starts unauthorized work or pressures you to approve new charges, you have the right to walk away or demand your car back without agreeing to add-ons. Minor part replacements are one of the most routine and profitable upsells in the business. Air filters, cabin filters, windshield wipers, and light bulbs are some of the most frequently suggested add-ons, often during a routine service. Shops may quote $50 or more for a new filter, when the same part costs $10 to $20 at an auto parts store. The profit margin on these small items can exceed 200%, and many shops bank on customers not knowing how easy these parts are to access and replace. A mechanic might show you a filter that looks dirty, but moderate dust is normal and rarely impacts performance. Most filter housings open with a few clips or screws, and swapping in a new one takes just a couple of minutes with no special tools required. The same goes for wiper blades and basic bulbs. Checking these parts yourself before service puts the decision, and the savings back in your hands. If a shop insists on a replacement, ask to see your actual part and compare it to a new one. With a little research and a 5-minute do-it-yourself, you can avoid paying a premium for the simplest fixes. Shops that swap out genuine parts for cheap knockoffs or used components put both your wallet and your safety at risk. Customers are often billed for new premium parts, like brake pads, alternators, or sensors, but receive items pulled from salvage yards or sourced from counterfeit suppliers. The problem isn't just about overpaying. Counterfeit and used parts can fail without warning, sometimes causing breakdowns or even accidents. Premature part failures are a red flag. If you find yourself back at the shop weeks or months after a supposedly major repair, there's a real chance the part installed wasn't new or authentic. Some shops go so far as to keep old packaging on hand, slipping a used part into a shiny box to make it look legitimate. Manufacturers track genuine parts by serial number and batch, and many warranties are voided if a non-original part is used, even if you paid for the real thing. To protect yourself, always ask to see the packaging for any new component before it goes on your car, and request the old part back once it's removed. Look for serial numbers or manufacturer stamps, and check that they match your invoice. Reputable shops have no issue with these requests. If a mechanic hesitates or makes excuses, that's a warning sign. Verifying the source and authenticity of every part isn't just about saving money, it's about making sure your car is safe to drive and that you won't be paying for the same repair twice. A mechanic leans in, voice low, and warns. Your brakes could fail at any moment, your serpentine belt might snap, or your CV boots are about to burst. The message is always urgent. Fix it now or risk disaster. This is the most powerful trick in the playbook, and it works because it preys on fear. In 2016, ABC7 ran a hidden camera sting in Los Angeles. They brought a car with brand new brake pads to 5 different shops. Every single one recommended a $700 brake job, claiming the car was unsafe to drive. Not one could show actual evidence of wear. Some even insisted, those rotors are shot, despite the parts being fresh from the factory. After the story aired, several employees lost their jobs and the shops faced public scrutiny. This scam tops the list for a reason. It combines the highest financial stakes with the deepest emotional pressure. No one wants to gamble with safety, but the facts tell a different story. Brake pads on most cars last between 30,000 and 70,000 miles. Belts and boots are designed to withstand years of use. Manufacturer guidelines are clear about when these parts need attention. Mechanics who push immediate repairs without proof are counting on panic to override rational decision-making. If you're ever told your car is dangerous or illegal to drive, stay calm. Ask to see the problem firsthand. Request a written estimate and take photos of the alleged issue. Never approve costly work on the spot. Instead, get a second opinion from a trusted shop or check your owner's manual for the real maintenance schedule. Shops that resist these basic requests are waving a red flag. Remember, a trustworthy mechanic welcomes questions and evidence. Your safety matters, but so does your right to clear, honest information. From phantom repairs that pad bills with work never done to the top-ranked urgent safety issue, fear tactic exposed by undercover stings, this countdown has revealed how mechanic scams blend routine deception with high-stakes pressure. Across all 8 entries, a clear pattern emerges. Many scams exploit consumer trust and lack of technical knowledge, often using upsell tactics, inflated labor, or fake parts to maximize profit. The most shocking cases, like used or counterfeit parts sold as new, and staged emergencies that push costly, unnecessary repairs, show how the risks go beyond your wallet, threatening your safety as well. The ranking prioritized impact, frequency, and potential harm, with the most dangerous and costly schemes rising to the top. In total, these scams account for billions in annual losses and erode trust in an essential service. The real takeaway? In the world of auto repair, vigilance and informed questions are your best defense because understanding the playbook is the first step to not being fooled.